Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Juventus 2, Salernitana 2, but that scoreline doesn't do justice to what I've just seen. I might have seen one of the most entertaining games of my life. I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before. Oh my God, there's something was it? There was penalties, there was VAR decisions, there was comebacks, there was some very good goals scored as well, a couple of good goals scored as well. There's red cards, and there's just a lot of goals. I mean, it's just all over. And of course, there was a brawl as well at the end. So, oh my God, it was a feisty encounter and everything. And then sometimes even you watch these games, you try to think and you try to analyze this bonkers, isn't it? Because Juventus never looked like winning the game, never deserved to win the game, thought they had won the game, only to realize they hadn't actually won the game. I mean, it's just incredible. But I mean, it was a game of two halves in some ways. I mean, just rationalize it was a game of two halves. And the first half was all Salernitana. I thought the first 10, 15 minutes, I think Juventus had the better of the exchanges, which you would expect them to have. But I think once Salernitana settled the game, once they got their rhythm going, I don't think Juventus kind of coped with that. I think they struggled. Probably one of the things that I think I noticed, and I think it was intentional, was that Nicola, I think, had his players target Miretti. They targeted Miretti. Miretti, he lost the ball for the opening goal. There were a couple of other times as well where he gave the ball away. They kind of marked him out. They roughed him up. It was a chase experience for a player. He's a very talented player and someone who I think a lot of fans have hopes for. But today was not his best game, and that's to be expected. He's still 19. He's going to learn his trade. But I think that was intentional. What they did was they marked him out of the game, and that immediately meant that Salernitana controlled that midfield, and then the chances started to come. They started to flow, and that first goal was a thing of beauty. It's again Miretti loses the ball. It's a nice over the top pass. I think Cuadrado really gets stuck underneath it. He should do much better in trying to play that. I think he just misjudged the flight, or he got stuck underneath it. Then it just allows Mazzocchi to have a free run to just go, yeah, okay, thank you very much. And he runs with the ball. Nobody stops him. McKennie again doesn't make a challenge or does mix very half-heartedly. It's a nice cross, and it's just bundled in by Candreva. I mean, either Vilhena or Candreva could have bundled it in, and it was Candreva who bundles it in. What stories of Candreva, by the way? 7 different clubs that he has scored for Serie, and that's a record, and it's something that he can be proud of. But it was good. It was a good play. The finish was, of course, the player just bundling it in, but it was good play from Mazzocchi, and that Juventus looked a little bit shell shocked by that goal. They were 1-0 down. Didn't respond really. I think throughout the first half, the response never came, and just looked like they're trying to get through the first half to get 1-0 and try and regroup. But then the second goal came. Now, was that handball from Bremer? I think it was. From me, it was. I mean, you can let me know in the comments what you think, but I thought that was handball. And the problem was he dangled his arm outside. I know he was trying to get it back in line, but he dangled it out, and the goal was goal, and the shot was goal bound. So you've got to give that as a penalty. You can't not give it. And so that was what it was. It was the right decision. I mean, when the VAR call happened, it was the right decision. It was a penalty. Piatek does the honors, gets it in. It's 2-0. And Juventus really, at that point, Juventus looked all at sea. They really looked like they had no idea how to get back into the game. They had no clue what to do. And you just wondered if Salernitana could have seen out that first 10, 15 minutes of the second half, I think they would have gone on to win the game. The problem was they didn't. They couldn't do it. Allegri made some little tactical tweaks, I think, made some changes. And when they got back, I mean, I think what they did was they got Kostic more on the ball. I think once Kostic got more on the ball, his crossing was always a worry for Salernitana, but he wasn't getting on the ball. And therefore, he wasn't able to put those crosses in for Vlahovic to latch onto. So they tried to get Kostic more on the ball in the second half, and that obviously pushed back the wing backs and had to start getting pushed back because you've got to try and avoid getting caught out on the cross. So that immediately killed a lot of the threat that Salernitana had. And then the goal came. It was again it was good play from Juventus, and it's a fantastic. Kostic wins the ball. He's the one who wins the ball, crosses it in for Bremer. Bremer does very, very well in it with a nice little finish. That's a good header. And that's what the Juventus need. They need the goal in the first opening, 5-10 minutes. They need to get back in the game because the longer the game went to 2-0, the harder it would be for them, not just to get back, but to make a comeback, but also the fact the harder would be just to score a goal because the belief starts to go. So mentally, I think it was very important for them to get that goal. And they did. Bremer did really well. Made it 2-1. Could have made it 2-2 as well. I mean, it was almost an own goal. I think it was was it Vilhena? I think it was. I'm not sure who it was, but he almost put it into his own net, hit the post, and came out. Remember those bizarre own goals? That's what we missed in this game. We missed an own goal. Got that one. It would have been the complete package, wouldn't it? But it just hit the post. But you thought Juventus were on top at that point. Looked like they could have, made a comeback, could have gone on to win the game potentially. But then, the momentum just sort of dissipated. They started, the belief started to go off. They weren't really creating chances as much, I mean. And you know what? I do feel that the last 5 minutes or so, I think Salernitana were a little bit naive. There was there was a corner where they actually put the ball in the box. I don't know why. 2 minutes left. You got to try and see it out. You got to, I said it for the Madrid one where I said that Kang Lee, he let in the first half injury time. He didn't, do the game management. That was fine. But you had 2 minutes left in the 90. You've got to do that. You've got to try and, run the ball in the corner, make sure you keep it there. They weren't trying, even at 2-1, they weren't doing that. I don't know why. And then the ball goes up the other end. It's another, it's another good piece of play. And the ball comes out. Who was it? I mean, I'm trying to remember. So much happened. It was just 10 minutes ago. Was so much happened. I can't remember. I think it was Alessandro. Yes, it was Alessandro who ran with the ball. And I actually thought that the first space we actually got past the play could have been given as a foul. I'm not saying it was a foul. I'm saying that could have been given as a foul. It wasn't. And so he gets the ball, runs with it. Again, Vilhena, again, a little bit of naivety because he sticks his leg out. He doesn't need to do that because all he's got to let it go. You miss the tackle, you let it go. You don't stick your leg out because Sandro was waiting for that. And Sandro's like, thank you very much. And he just jumps over it and gets the penalty. Was it a penalty? I think under the laws of the game it was. He didn't make the most of the contact. The thing is, Sandro was looking for that contact. He was looking for someone to do that, and then Vilhena just said, "Yeah, here you go on a plate, right? Here, take it. That's on a plate. Here, go take a penalty." He did that. He took the penalty. He went down to the option, the penalty. Bonucci took it, got saved. I thought he could have done better. I mean, it's a penalty, right? You don't expect goalkeepers to save it generally, but I thought he could have done better on the save. I think he could have pushed it away. He could have parried it away. I think the way that he saved it, he was almost trying to grab it. And I feel like he was almost trying to grab it rather than just push it away. And so what did happen is it was almost looked like a fumble. It became a fumble because he was trying to grab it, but as he was trying to push it away, I mean, he could have got distance on it. But I think that's where you can't really be too critical of the goalkeeper. And a penalty, right? The first instinct is really to make sure that the ball doesn't go, and you don't worry as much about the rebound on a penalty. But the rebound comes out. Bonucci makes it 2-2 in a game that Juventus never looked like winning. They now had a chance to win it. And that's when the drama started. 2-2. That's when the drama starts, doesn't it? Oh my God. Milik, there's a corner. You really thought Juventus were going to win it, actually. The way that they were playing for the last 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes after the equalizer, they really looked like they wanted to win it. They looked like they were going to win it. It felt inevitable. The cross comes in from Cuadrado, and it's a wonderful header from Milik. By the way, take nothing away. That's such a fantastic header. And that's the sad part. It was a fantastic header. It was good. It went in. It was so good. When I looked at the replay, I thought this has got to be called for offside because that was my first instinct. Was that this has got to be called offside because if Bonucci is in an offside position, he's getting his head towards the ball, so you've got to call it offside. For consistency, you've got to call it offside. It's got to be offside. And Milik, and again, this is stupidity, by the way, whether the goal stands or not. When you're on a yellow card and you're 3-2 up, and just 3-2 up, why would you want to take your t-shirt off knowing you're going to get a yellow card? Why would you even want to have that sort of celebration? I have no idea. I have no idea what Milik was thinking. I have no idea what he was doing because the goal doesn't stand. He's still going to get sent off, and it doesn't affect you in this match maybe, but it will affect you in future games. Why would you want to do that? But it was a stupid, and he did it, and he got sent off. And then there was a VAR check happening for offside, and I don't know why. And normally these checks happen while the game is, while the celebrations are going on. This checks happening. I don't know why they all went back to the center circle, but that was just weird. Anyway, and then I go back to the center, and then VAR is getting caught. That was my decision. I thought it was offside. It has to be given offside. Now the thing is, Bonucci does not really impact the goal score. He does not, right? Whether he gets because he never got his head to it, so the ball went in regardless. The thing is, he didn't need to make that. He didn't need to make that movement towards the ball. He really didn't need to do it. I know it's instinct and all that, but I almost felt like he could have been smart enough to leave it, but he didn't. And just because of that little bit of movement, the goal got ruled out. And then of course the whole fight and brawl, and then Fazio sent off from Salernitana. Cuadrado sent off for whatever he sent off. Allegri sent off 4 red cards, by the way, 4 red cards in the game. It's just right in the last 4 minutes. So that's just incredible to watch. It was funny. It was funny as well as laughing as well a little bit because of all the whole circumstances. But this is something that they've got to be careful. That Juventus have got to now deal with as well. There were just so many injuries already, and now they've lost a further 2 players for the next game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's another draw. They avoided defeat. It never really looked like they didn't deserve to win it, to be honest. But they got a draw out of it. So now they've now played 6 games. They've drawn 4 of them, and that's something. Whisper it quietly or loudly, whatever, but I feel Juventus are going to struggle to be in the top 4 this season. And that's how far they've fallen in 2 years. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, we were saying Juventus are going to win the title again. They're going to win the title again. And now they're struggling to stay in the top four. That's how far they've fallen. And it could have been better. It could have been worse. But this is where they're at. And the things to change. I mean, I think the midfield Sule looked good when he came on. I think they need to. I think Fazio looked good as well. But that midfield is an area of concern. It really is an area of concern where they need to figure out what sort of combination they use. Because I don't think McKennie had a good game. I don't think Miretti had a good game. Now I know they're missing players, but that's the thing. They've got so many inconsistent players. They can't really field a proper, consistent 11 because they have to keep changing because players are not playing well. And that's the problem. They don't have a stable, settled side, which they need. I thought Kostic was good in the second half, and I think that's something that they can build on with him. And trying to figure out how they're going to piece the other parts together, I think would be something. I just feel like Juventus in a holding pattern, waiting for Chiesa, Pogba, and Di Maria to come back. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think of the game. What do you think of Juventus's performance? I mean, it was just something incredible, isn't it? It's an incredible game. To come back from 2-0 down, Juventus should be happy and should be proud of their performance. But then you think, well, they were 3-2 up. They were practically 3-2 up. They could have won that game. But then all the stupidity happened with the red cards. I don't know how Juventus will feel. I really don't know. They probably feel like it's a Serie feeling, isn't it? Where you're happy you've come back from 2-0 to be 2-2, but then you just start thinking, man, we could have won it. That was the game that we almost won it. So, it's that kind of feeling. But anyway, let me know what you think. Smash a like for the game, just in general. Smash a like for the game. I can't pick out anybody who had I mean, Tony Vilhena looked good for Salernitana. Mazzocchi looked good as well. So there's a few highlights of Salernitana, but I don't know if you could single out any one place. Just smash a like for the game itself. The 4 red cards. That's all. Serie, smash a like for Serie for giving us this entertainment on a Sunday afternoon or night, whatever time you're watching this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook as well. You can also follow us on Instagram, Pretty Late Night. Do follow us for we do appreciate your support, and of course we will be doing videos over the week as well. There's Champions League, Europa League games coming, so we'll be reviewing those. So do subscribe so you can get notified as videos drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.